Hello and welcome to your step by step guide to purchasing, financing, and managing your second home in Park City, Utah. You can find a short overview video of the process on my channel, and I encourage you to go check it out. It'll be worth your time. In this video, we're doing a deep dive into all the details. If you've seen the overview, then you know that the first step in the process of adding mountain fun to your life's portfolio is buying the right property that meets the needs of your family or multiple buyer families' needs. So let's get right into it. Here you'll see the broad topics I'm going to talk about today, starting with buying a home, then financing that home based on your financial situation, to property management, as you'll need a trusted company to protect your investment. Uh, Lastly, I'll talk about the tax benefits of owning a second home. So let's meet the team. I'm Mike Kirkland, and I'll be your realtor. I'm also the owner of Blooming Property Management and have been since 2012. So you can trust that I'll take good care of you, not only during the purchasing process, but for however long after to protect your investment. Matt Walker has been helping owners finance real estate deals for well over 20 years, and his firm, Rate.com, has a number of financing tools that can help you finance and optimize your real estate acquisition, especially if it will be a rental. Now that we have introductions out of the way, let's get right into it. The buy section. There's some key factors that I think you should know before purchasing a second home in Park City. Those key factors are distance from the downtown district, Main Street, the property type, and proximity to ski resorts. And finally, whether or not that property allows for nightly rentals. Of course, there are many other factors that go into buying a second home, but these should definitely be considered when making that decision. Now, let's talk general distance from Main Street, Park City. Then I'll show you some individual neighborhoods and their key characteristics. Main Street is the social hub of our town, and it has direct access to the country's largest ski resort. It's where you'll want to be if you're looking for that quintessential Park City experience. In the red circle, you'll find all the neighborhoods available that are very close, if not directly linked to Main Street. In the yellow area are the neighborhoods that are approximately midpoint between Main Street and I-80, the main interstate coming from the airport into town. And the green area are all the neighborhoods with easy access to I-80 and a short 15-minute drive from Main Street. There are pros and cons to each of these areas, and I'm here to help you decide what's best for you. Here's a list of all the Park City neighborhoods available to you and some of their key characteristics. Now, this list will give you a general idea of what kinds of homes you'll find in these neighborhoods and whether they allow nightly rentals or not. So feel free to pause the video to take a picture, as it has a lot of information all at once. And you'll be able to see how each section correlates with the map. So go back and forth as much as you need. Next, I'll share some examples from each section. Old Town represents the neighborhoods in the heart of Park City and is full of small town charm and unique architecture. A lot of these homes are still standing from the old mining days. They've been turned into stylish townhomes that are continuously sought after year after year. Old Town is actually one of the furthest neighborhoods from the airport, but the closest to the ski resorts. They do allow nightly rentals, and in fact, this neighborhood is probably the most sought after for both second homeowners and short-term rentals alike. Next up is Sun Peak and Bear Hollow. These two neighborhoods are sandwiched right on top of each other, so we've kind of lumped them together for convenience. This section of Park City is a bit newer in the grand scheme of things, and here you'll find single-family homes, townhomes, and condos that populate this neighborhood. It's a lovely, quiet neighborhood and about halfway between 80 and Main Street. They do allow nightly rentals in many of the neighborhoods in the yellow circles. So if that's a requirement for you, please reach out and we can go over some more of the specifics together. Last but certainly not least, we have Promontory representing the green circle. Now, this neighborhood is a bit different and it does not allow nightly rentals, but it's a great candidate for multifamily ownership. This neighborhood is known for its large homes, single family homes, and townhomes. It has an incredible golf course and absolutely screams the mountain town lifestyle. The gatehouse is a 43-minute drive from the airport, and some of the available homes are deep in the mountains. It may take longer to get to, but absolutely worth it, in my opinion. It's a beautiful neighborhood. Okay, there's a lot to take in there, but hopefully that overview is helpful to narrowing down your initial search. Shoot me an email at mike@secondhomemike.com, and based on what you've seen, let me know what neighborhoods you'd like to look at. And we'll send you some listings. And if you get serious about a particular area or property, come out and visit, and we'll dig in deeper. We'll go on some property tours, and I'll recommend some Park City fun while you're here. Now let's talk about financing. How do you get this deal done? Financing your second home can be done in one of two ways: all cash, or two, using other people's money, like a bank. If you are paying with cash, then this part is a done deal. However, if you're using other people's money, like a bank, Matt Walker at rate.com can help you finance your second home efficiently, no matter what complicated financial situation you or your team of buyers might have. If you're using other people's money, Matt and I have some financing tools we'd like to share with you. Financing tool number one is for the self-employed. If you're a self-employed freelancer, consultant, or gig worker, these financing options with Matt offers flexible documentation only options for complex businesses that are typically hard to document with paperwork, like cash flow statements or 1099. Instead of using tax returns, borrowers could use qualify for loans with only 1 year of sizable stated income. Financing tool number two is for investors. These options allow buyers to qualify with the strength of their cash flow, and these types of loans also won't require tax returns. These loans with Matt are great for short-term rentals, condos, and other unique properties. Up to 20 properties can be financed with Matt at rate.com, and using this option also allows for buyers to close with properties that are put into a limited liability corporation. Financing tool number three is leveraging the buyer's substantial assets. This is where your assets, possibly along with supplemental income requirements, are enough to qualify for a second home loan. A strong asset portfolio can be made up of retirement income, investment income, checking, savings, inheritances, etc. Combining these assets makes it much easier for Matt to get a Park City, Utah second home deal done for you. So once you've found the perfect second home and Matt has your financing in place and you're ready to close, then what? Well, if you live full-time in Texas, California, New York, Illinois, Florida, Ohio, North Carolina, or anywhere else in the world, you'll need a property manager to help you take care of the investment that you've just made. Section 3, managing. Property management, very important. There's a lot that goes into managing a mountain town property effectively. It requires a team that understands that, firstly, bad things just happen and they're not in anyone's control. Secondly, regularly scheduled preventative maintenance in a mountain town home is required to ensure the number of bad things that can happen are significantly reduced. And thirdly, there are owner requests that will need a property manager with the depth to handle. These usually fall into two types of categories, and we'll get into that in a moment. But first, I want to dive into the first three sections a bit further. One, bad things happen. So let's take a look at this. The bad stuff that just happens and out of anyone's control can be anything from heat tape that stops working to removing snow from a roof due to heavy snowfall to a busted water heater. These are things that an owner or property manager just can't anticipate. But what separates a good property manager from a great one is being able to take care of those emergencies expeditiously, being able to reach your property manager 24/7, 365, and having your property manager jump into action to mitigate the uncertainty and then get bids to resolve the issue quickly is what Blooming does best. The second area. Okay, what about those preventative maintenance items that, as a property manager, can help your clients prevent disasters? Annual inspections of the following systems are critical to ensuring the cost of maintaining your second home investment stays in check. Those include furnaces, humidifiers, air handlers, house boiler systems, snow melt boilers systems, fireplace inspections, chimney sweeps, fire sprinklers, backflow preventers, heat tape checks, water softener filtration systems, water heater flushes, reverse osmosis, smoke and CO2 detector battery changes, and housekeeping, regular housekeeping and deep cleans. Having these systems checked annually most likely will keep your home running smoothly and prevent significant insurance claim or significant out-of-pocket expenses. Number 3, owner request. As I mentioned earlier, there are 2 categories of this third type of owner request. The first is specific maintenance needs. Now, the first 2 items we discussed are standard for any property manager anywhere in the U.S. However, what really allows a good property manager to stand out is being able to help a second homeowner with more detailed maintenance or home improvement requests. For instance, knowing quality vendors who can help redo a kitchen or a floor, or converting a wood-burning fireplace to a gas fireplace, or installing new windows, etc. The second area is concierge services. Finally, the icing on the cake is to have a property manager that can provide a number of concierge services like grocery shopping. Our shopping service vendor will have the items you need stored neatly in your refrigerator before you arrive. Or ski rentals. Get that perfect ski, the perfect fit from our Deer Valley Ski Valet. You can come to their office or they can come to you. Another area is airport transportation. Are, are you keeping a vehicle in the garage of your second home where we can ensure that your car is in the airport when you arrive, or is it picked up and brought back to your second home when you leave? This service allows you to keep the comforts of home, a familiarity down to the vehicle you drive. All of these services mentioned can really enhance your stay and ensure that you're spending the majority of your time enjoying the Park City Mountain lifestyle. Now, we've covered a lot, but the key to having an exceptional second home experience is competent and local property management. Property management that can help you deal with emergencies, provide headache reducing preventative maintenance, connect you with vendors for more detailed maintenance and improvement expertise. Now, let's talk about some of the tax benefits. Now, there's a disclaimer here. I am not an accountant, so be sure to review the tax benefits of owning a second home with your CPA or accountant. Owning a second home can offer several potential tax advantages, especially if you rent it out. However, the specific rules and limitations can vary based on factors like how much you use it personally versus renting it out, and when you purchase the property. Here are some of the key tax benefits. Mortgage interest deduction. Now, for personal use, you may deduct mortgage interest for personal use of a second home, similar to a primary residence. Now, a limit of $750,000 applies to combined mortgage debt on both homes, personal and second, for loans after December 16, 2017, while $1 million limit may apply to older loans. For rental use, if the property is primarily a rental, rented for more than 14 days and personal use is limited, mortgage interest can be deducted as a business expense without being subject to personal use limits. Property tax deductions. Property taxes paid on a second home are deductible. However, the deduction for state and local taxes, including property and income taxes, is capped. This cap has been $10,000 through 2024, increasing to $40,000 for 2025 through 2028, with potential adjustments based on income. Okay, rental income and expense deductions. Here they are. 1. The 14-day rule. Rental income is not taxed if the second home is rented for 14 days or fewer annually. Mortgage interest and property taxes are still deductible under the rules for a second home. Rental property classification. This is important. If rented for more than 14 days, all rental income must be reported. Various rental expenses can be deducted to offset the income you've made. What's deductible rental expenses? What's a deductible rental expense? These include mortgage interest, property taxes, insurance, utilities, repairs, maintenance, and depreciation. Depreciation, as a rental, the cost of the property, excluding land, can be depreciated over 27 and a half years, further reducing taxable income. So there's a lot of advantages here for owning a second home, financial advantages. Now, converting a second home to a primary residence. A lot of people do that here in Park City. Uh, they live elsewhere and they ultimately want to move out here full time. So, living in a second home for at least 2 of the 5 years before selling can qualify it as a primary residence for tax purposes. This may allow for a home sale exclusion of up to 250,000 in profit or 500,000 for married couples from capital gains taxes. So, could be huge, and in addition to your tax strategy, if you hold on to your second home for many years. So these are just some overview thoughts on some of the tax benefits, but we want to make sure that you please consult a tax advisor. These tax rules are complex and can change, so consulting your tax advisor is recommended for personalized guidance. Uh, Record keeping. Detailed records of expenses, income, and personal use are essential for accurate reporting and supporting deductions. Depreciation recapture is often something you'll have to consider when you sell a property. Selling a rental property on which depreciation was claimed may result in depreciation recapture tax on the profit, taxed at a minimum rate of 25%. So that's definitely something you'd want to make sure that you talk to your tax advisor about. Understanding how to use your second home and the applicable tax rules can help maximize tax advantages. So there you go. Appreciation. Um, the Olympics will be here in 2034. 9 years is not a lot of time. So the Olympics will be here before you know it. 9 years ago, 2016, the median price in the Park City limits, zip code 84060, was around $1.69 million. While the Snyderville Basin, which is another area, uh, was around 960,000. So by 2024, that median price in the Park City limits and Snyderville Basin, both areas, was about $3.3 million. Folks, that appreciation growth is nearly twice the median sales price over the last 10 years. Now, we don't have a crystal ball, but let's say that 9 years from now, if appreciation was just half of what it's been the last 10 years, that would mean that the median sales price within the Park City limits and possibly Snyderville Basin would be worth approximately $5 million by the time the Olympics got here in 2034. And that's just appreciation. So, good news. And it speaks to the value of investing in real estate in a mountain town, and particularly Park City. Cash flow. Here's another financial benefit of owning a second home. Cash flow, while the property cash flowing while you and your family and friends enjoy your Park City second home, is another way that you can add significant value to your real estate portfolio. If you dedicate optimizing your second home purchase as a rental, we're going to rent this property and optimize that. The return from the rental revenue could be substantial. This would also allow you to keep more of your cash, carry a little more debt, and then you'd have more cash available to do things like upgrade or keep that cash in your own personal reserves for use for other things. So another thing to consider. So, in summary, release all this tax advice. Remember, I'm not an accountant, so please be sure to consult your tax advisor on all the advantages of owning a second home here in Park City, Utah. Our goal, our primary goal, is to make sure your investment works for you. That we help you find the right property, finance that property, and ensure that it is managed well while you're away. We want you to reap the rewards, not just financially, but personally as well. We want to make sure that you enjoy family fun and financial success. Okay, let's review the benefits of second home ownership in Park City, Utah. We'll start from where we ended. Tax advantages. Appreciation, the current appreciation growth from 2014 was nearly twice the median sales price in 2024. And after another 10 years, even if your investment was half of that growth, your investment would be one you definitely would not want to miss out on. Cash flow. Does the home you're interested in allow for nightly rentals if that's something you want to do? You could have cash flow that could add significant value to your Park City investment and allow you to preserve more of your capital for other investments. How about tax benefits and deductions? Be sure to consult your CPA or accountant when considering purchasing a second home. Second home ownership does have many potential tax benefits, especially if you rent it out. So when you add all the potential tax benefits together, you get an explosion of value that can positively add to your financial holdings. Now, let's summarize how we can help you achieve all of that. Let us help you buy in Park City. Park City is an incredible place to live, and based on your family's second home needs, what type of property you are looking for and how many buyers are planning to participate in this purchase, we can help you ensure you find the perfect second home to build family and friend memories and earn a return. Finance. If you plan to finance your second home, our finance partner, Matt Walker at Rate.com, has a number of empowering financing solutions to help you purchase a second home in Park City, Utah. These include using just the strength of your annual cash flows, great for high W-2 earners and investors with high cash flows from investments, or just use your liquid assets. And this is a great approach for folks with high liquidity and net worths. And finally, you're going to need someone to take care of that place once it's purchased. And our experience in property management spans over 15 years. We're very familiar with the neighborhoods and most of the property types in them. Because at one point we probably either managed them or heard about how great they were or what challenges they've had. Now, this is where the magic happens and why you should contact us to get started. The synergy of adding the potential tax benefits to our purchasing, financing, and managing process will create an even bigger explosion of benefits you'll want to at least explore. That's all I have for you today. You can find both mine and Matt's contact information on this page. So if you're interested in taking the next step, please reach out. It'd be a pleasure to help you live out your mountain town dreams. Until next time, take care.